Having some issues? Lauren will help you out with the assistance of our listeners. Let's do it. Get at Lauren.
It is the Y107 Morning Show. I am Lauren, and this segment is for you. If you need advice, you need help, you need a sounding board, whatever that may be, this is why we came up with this segment. So this one today is a tricky one, and I am completely stumped. At Lauren, I am 8 months pregnant. Congratulations. And my mother-in-law has been making comments about how she can't wait to be in the delivery room when her grandchild is born. Only problem is I don't really want her there, and I don't know how to tell her. She just kind of invited herself. At first I thought she was joking, but lately she's been saying it more and more. How do I tell her and not hurt her feelings? I do not envy you for this one at all. So what do you guys think? How does she tell her mother-in-law, listen, I just don't want you in there? Any advice would be much welcomed. 441-Y107.
I think she absolutely needs to be in the delivery room. I mean, I can understand her her hesitation about her seeing all of her business and stuff, but she doesn't have to be on that end of the bed. She can be towards the head. I think it's a really special event, and to have your family there to be very supportive of that situation, I think it's helpful for like everybody. And she's a mom. She's been through that, so it's not like it's nothing she hasn't seen, and because she has been through it, she can be a source of support for her. So I think it's a family event of like really, really close selected family members, and I think the mother-in-law is one of those people.
Okay. So you think that maybe it would be helpful for our adder to look at her mother-in-law as a source of support, as opposed to she just wants to be in the room for fun?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I don't think it's for fun. It's her grandchild.
Right. No, definitely. I see that side for sure. Shelly texted and said, as someone who had a mother-in-law who wanted to be in the room, I spoke with my OB and I expressed that I didn't want anyone in the room except for my husband. My OB took charge and told everyone that no one could be there except my husband. That's a great idea. Maybe see if your doctor would mind getting involved. What about the rest of you? What do you think? 441-Y107. Sarah in Columbia, what do you think?
Well, the last guy obviously has never given birth.
Right.
He has no idea what he's talking about. Giving birth it's a very intimate time. You are the most vulnerable and exposed you've ever been. So I think that it is the woman's choice, personally, if she would like her mother-in-law in there or not. I know myself, whenever I gave birth, it was 52 hours. It was 52 hours of hard work and a lot of moments that I wouldn't want to share with anybody other than my significant other.
Sure, that is understandable.
I think that she should just be honest with her mother-in-law and let her know that whenever the baby's born, she can come visit. But I ultimately think it's her choice. She's the one who's going to be in the knit and grit and in some situations she's never been in.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I completely agree. I think that it should be up to the mom, the birthing mom, not the dad's mom. And it's just a matter of how do you tell her that without hurting her feelings.
So I love my mother-in-law to death, and I just told her, like, I don't want you to experience that trauma with me.
A couple of really good texts coming in. Somebody said 100% the mama's choice. That time in the delivery room should be a time for the mother and the father to connect, share the experience and moment of their child being born. Everybody else can wait in the waiting room or at home. And then Heidi, a really good text. Heck no, she does not need to be in the delivery room. And she just needs to be told that she wasn't there during the conception, doesn't need to be there during the delivery. Whew. I hope she wasn't there during the conception. You know what? That ain't my business. Ain't my business. Let's go to the phones. What do you think? 441-Y107.
So, definitely I would not want my mother-in-law. My husband just called me about this and said, no way would that have happened.
Oh, my gosh.
But something with the hospitals right now, they're still under COVID protocols. So, visitors are limited anyway. So, she can always kind of use that as her scapegoat and say, sorry, it's just my husband.
Okay. I mean, that's not a bad idea to have a little...
It kind of goes along with having the OB say, no, only the husband is there. But, yeah, she's about to go in. Who knows what's going to happen if things go south? They're going to be ushering people around, and it's scary. So
sure,
it's not a place for mother-in-law to be. We just had our second one 5 months ago, and, they didn't come. Both sets of parents didn't come up right away. And it's time for you and your new family to, have space and get to know the baby. And you don't need somebody else in there. And you don't know how mother-in-law is going to react. What if she faints blood or something like that?
Right.
So, but yeah, definitely the COVID protocols and limited visitors, I think, would be my answer for that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for calling.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your 5-month-old.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Give him or her a little kiss on the nose for me and tell them I said hi.
I will. Thank you, Lauren.
Bye.
Bye.
Just straight up ticking you off. Get at Lauren now.
Let's go.
It is the Y107 Morning Show. Our adder today is 8 months pregnant, and her mother-in-law has invited herself into the delivery room. She doesn't really want her there, doesn't feel comfortable with it, but isn't really sure how to tell her no. So she's asking for a little bit of advice from you guys. Great text from Rebecca in Herman. She said, coming from a mama that had her mother in the delivery room, I highly encourage it. My delivery ended in emergency C-section, and I'm glad that she was there. My mother was also pregnant along with my husband, and I wouldn't change that experience for anything. But if you really don't want her in there, just tell her woman to woman. She may be upset, but in the long run, she'll appreciate that you were honest with her. I mean, not knowing the relationship between our adder and her mother-in-law, it's hard to say whether or not she should just let her in there. Some people don't have amazing mother-in-laws, whatever. I'm glad that Rebecca was able to have that experience and that your mother-in-law was able to be there, but I really hesitate to tell this adder that she should let her in if we don't know what their relationship is like. Does that make sense? All right, let's go to the phones. 441-Y107.
Hi, this is Katie from Fulton.
Hey, Katie, what do you think?
I think that your mother-in-law, they shouldn't be in the delivery room. They should have to wait like everybody else. Like, I understand that she's eager to see her grandchild, but like the daughter-in-law, if she doesn't want her there, she shouldn't be there. She shouldn't have to have her mother-in-law see this, that part of herself, if she's not comfortable with it. I know that she's excited for the grandchild, but she's going to have to wait like everybody else. I mean, the mom is the one who's doing the delivery,
right.
Like the mother-to-be. So it's all about, that's her day to have this happen to her, to go through that experience. So it should be what makes her comfortable.
I completely agree. So then do you have any advice on how she would tell her mother-in-law?
I think just being really honest, being gentle about it. I mean, depending on what the relationship is with the mother-in-law, but, and have her partner, like, back her up. You know what I mean? Like, if it's awkward, just, like, their partner can be like, Mom, listen, like, this isn't about you. This is about our child being born and your future grandchild being born, That's
Obviously, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's his mom. So,
yeah,
he has a different relationship with her, and he should be the one to say, we're not going that route.